Good morning, everyone. I'm here at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary with Real Time Rescue. This is Gibby here having some breakfast. We're very proud of him for eating his hay every once in a while. He likes to wait until he gets his special after bath treat and barely eats the hay. And since he is our oldest animal here, we get concerned because sometimes he starts looking pretty skinny and he's had his share of health issues over the years. And, we all worry about our old man Gibby, but as you can see, he has a whole trough to himself. So I say he's doing good this morning. We're just getting everybody their breakfast. Thought I'd jump on, say hello to everybody. I think last week we were on real early too, and it was still kind of dark, but we'll just do that again. We have Esperanza eating, it looks like she already ate all of her special food, and now she's just munching on a little hay. Elvis is keeping her company. Peanut Buttercup here decided she wanted to eat with the sheepy boys this morning, so she's at the trough. Peanut Buttercup is this little pygmy goat here with her horns. She normally is, we consider her a little, so we usually put all of the littles together, all the pygmy and dwarf goats together in a stall so that they don't have to compete with all these bigger animals. But today, I guess she figured she had a, big attitude and a little body. She just wanted to eat with the boys. Nala went into her stall nicely this morning. If you watched last week, we were talking about how wild she was last Sunday, just sprinting around, having zoomies everywhere. So this morning was a little bit more calm for her. Norma Jean's making a little mess with her hay, but not to worry, she will get every little crumb. I have no doubt about that. So I figured I would also show you guys the tortoises, because we just set out their heat lamp for the season. We also normally have 2 kiddie pools in here that we use for the pigs so that they can do their wallow and their mud bathing. But now that it is getting colder, we recently took out one of the pools. And then yesterday when we went to check the other pool, it was practically pristine. Nobody had been swimming or getting in it for, a whole week. So we figured it was, now that it is the getting to be the end of November, and we finally have a lot of cooler days in the forecast, no more hot days. The pigs aren't really needing to take their swim anymore. And we used to have to keep the pools in here in Rapunzel's stall year round because we used to have free roaming ducks and they used those as their like little ponds. But now we keep our ducks in stalls only. We lost a couple of ducks over this last year, so we're down to just 3, and they all stay in stalls. So they already have their personal pool. Like you saw Elvis eating with Princess, or no, Elvis was eating with Esperanza. Princess Buttercup has Bruno Mars and Clyde in there, but they already have their little pool. So we took these ones out for now. So Rapunzel has just a wide open stall. This is her eating stall in the morning. And then here are the said littles, the Nigerian dwarf and pygmy goats that get to eat in here so that they don't need to, compete at the trough with Gibby and Albert, who can be a little bit pushy when it comes to their food. So let's walk over, see the birds real quick, then we'll check in with those tortoises. Just do our little Sunday morning check-in. Got Thelma and Pepper with their heat lamp. If you were watching last week, we were talking about how Thelma and Pepper, they are the only birds that need a heat lamp. For us here in Arizona, we feel like it gets really cold, but compared to other parts of the world, it really doesn't get that cold, and all the other birds are plenty warm and insulated with their feathers and their shavings and the little nesting boxes. They get their fresh pine shavings. And those nesting boxes are empty, other than the pine shavings. They get that, every week. But because Thelma and Pepper have special needs and can't regulate their body temperature as well, they get their heat lamp too. So Giuseppe wanted to say good morning to everybody. So that is Giuseppe, our free roaming rooster. Pepper, who was in that coop with Thelma, he stays over on the other side of the yard. And Stan, the man, he stays in a large coop all the time. So Giuseppe is our only free roaming rooster right now. We wish they could all be free roaming, but unfortunately some roosters just have that ultra protective instinct, and they would harm or, basically eliminate each other if they were all to be out. And we don't want that to happen. So we have to keep them separated. And so even though we only have 3 roosters, we cannot take in any more because we already have to keep them separated as is. And we would need an entirely separate area to keep the others if we were to take in any more. So we've got Mr. Houdini and Miss Bunny here, our feral, they say that in, air quotes, feral cats because they're pretty friendly for ferals. Adding this slippery elm bark. It comes in a capsule, as you can see right here. This is the one I used this morning. We just open the capsule up and sprinkle the powder on top of their wet food. The slippery elm bark kind of coats their mouth and almost like a very mild pain relief. But Houdini recently had all of his teeth pulled out. That's right, he is completely toothless, and it's because he got a condition called stomatitis, and Bunny has it as well. So it's possible in the future, if she gets worse, that she may have to also have all of her teeth removed. But for now, we're just using that slippery elm bark powder to sprinkle on their food so that they get it all throughout their mouth. You can see they still have a little bit of food left. Oh, he's like, oh, my bowl. Hi, buddy. One other thing that we do for these guys is we actually give them these smaller cat food pellets. We have now 2 different types of cat food that we use. We have these larger pieces for the feral cats that live in the canal and out front, and then the metal man cave is in here, and we use these smaller pellets, and we also give this kind of pellet to the feeding station in the Arizona room because that's where Katarina eats, and she in the past had stomatitis as well and has 0 teeth herself. So just, even though they don't need to chew, carnivores don't actually need to chew their food, it just still makes it a little bit easier for them to just kind of swallow if the pieces are smaller. So like I said, we'll go over, you can probably already see the glow of the heat lamp over here. Nicholas just got this set up yesterday for tofu and tomato. So tofu and tomato are sulcata tortoises, and they don't like fully hibernate, but they kind of go into a dormant state, a semi-hibernation mode when it comes up to be winter. So we won't really see them coming out very much. They'll kind of just chill in here. They won't really eat. They won't drink, although we will still have fresh water provided for them, out just to make sure in case they wake up or in case they get thirsty. But because it had been really rainy the past couple days and it's extremely muddy out there, they can actually get not completely stuck, but especially if they start to go into hibernation mode when it's really muddy and then the mud kind of dries around their feet and shell, we wouldn't want them to kind of feel stuck in that. So yesterday morning, Nicholas went and pulled them out. They're about 55 to 60 pounds each. So it's not something that all of us volunteers are able to do, to carry these girls around. But Nicholas did do that. He brought them in here, set them on these towels, and set up a little heat lamp above so that they can just kind of stay warm and cozy in here. Later on in the wintertime, we will be keeping this door closed at all times so that nobody's getting in and out. But for now, because like I said, they're not in full hibernation mode yet, they still might want to come out and eat a little grass here and there. So we're leaving that open so that they can easily climb out, because if not, they'd probably just bust through this bottom part of the door, as you can see many cats over the years have done. So I think that's a good check-in this morning. I just wanted to jump on again since we were still here. We came a little later this morning since in the summertime we have to get started at 5 something in the morning because we have very extreme high temperatures here in the desert in the summertime. But now that it's cooling down, for one, it's cooler, so we don't actually have to be here that soon. I just need a little drink of water. Oh yeah, Houdini. But not only that, it's still dark. So if we get here too early, then we wait to be able to see everything. So we'll start a little later today. And now that the sun is just starting to rise, I'll be able to see more and get working on raking some goat poo. I think by now the littles should probably be finishing up their food, so I'll be able to take this back. It's Gibby's special food. He has some hay pellets, a little bit of beet shreds, some romaine and carrots. Got the medicine syringes in here. Start to give that to everybody. Gibby's bath supplies. We give Gibby his bath in the little's eating pen. So that's why I have to, wait for them to finish breakfast before I take him in there to get another drink. All right, so I'm gonna take this back and jump off here now so I can get started. But I wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning in to this Sunday morning check-in with everybody, and hope to see y'all soon. Have a great day. Bye.